Wrapping weird sized presents can cause even the best of wrappers an interesting time when wrapping. Today I'm going to be wrapping presents that will be more fun to open just by wrapping them differently. I'll be wrapping two very similar presents in two completely different ways. Try guessing what those are, kiddos. Mom has some secrets up her sleeve. Each one of those have their very own hacks with using things that you probably already have in your house. I also get my workout in as I wrap a gift. I have to completely change my methods on how I label a gift and how I use jewelry bags that are normally used to wrap up jewelry to sell, but not in the way that you normally use it. And lastly, my biggest wrapping mom hack that my future Christmas morning self will be thanking me for. Let's go ahead and get right in. Hi guys, I'm Dana, mom to 5 kiddos, used to living on a tight budget. I've learned a lot of skills and had a lot of fails along the way. And here I try to teach you how to have a frugal festivity without breaking the bank or your budget. Let's get to these frugal wrapping hacks using some of my tried and true favorite hacks. First up, I'm going to be wrapping socks, but not just any socks, fun socks. Fun socks are a present, boring socks are not. It can be a lot more fun for my kids to open them if they have no idea what's inside. So I decided to take each one of these socks and stuff it down a wrapping paper tube, an empty wrapping paper tube, one at a time, to get all of these socks into this wrapping paper tube. I then wrapped it candy style. Here is your biggest hack for when you wrap anything in the candy wrapper style. Once you've wrapped it and you're twisting your ends, tape your ribbon to the ends before you tie it. That way, that tape is going to hold it in place. That way, once you've tied it, your bow isn't going to be slipping off the wrapping paper, making you try to fight the wrapping paper and the bow to get it to fit over the edge again. Promise, this will make your life a lot easier, make you feel like you deserve a gold star, and save you a lot of time and hassle. Next up, we're going to be using some more panda socks, but this time a running style. Well, we can't wrap them the exact same way. They may know what it is. So this time, I took all of the socks and layered them to where you can see each design. I then rolled them up in a jelly roll style. But how was I going to get them to stay? That's where some creativity came in. I went and I got some of these super tiny hair elastics that I use for my girls' hair. I wrapped it around, and that way it can stay all together once it's inside the wrapping paper. I wrapped it normally into a cute little cylinder and put a bow on the top. In this video, I seem to be struggling a lot getting the paper off of the bottom part of bows. If that ever happens to you, grab a piece of tape and loop a piece of tape inside out, sticky side out of your finger to make a loop. Then stick it on the bottom of the bow and press onto the gift. You don't need to fight the paper for 10 years when you could just use a circle piece of tape. Store-bought bows, problem solved. Now for the workout portion of wrapping gifts. This is a full-size gymnastics wedge mat. It's big, it's awkward, and I need to wrap it. And yes, this activity totally counts as aerobic activity. When gifts are oversized, I keep it simple. Big paper. The secret is in the tape. I don't use a normal gift wrap tape. I use moving tape or shipping tape. That way it's going to stick to the present and not keep having the entire thing come unwrapped. And I don't worry about perfection. I then added the biggest bow I could find. This one is so exciting purely because of its size. One of my biggest things I have to change for wrapping this is not just my tape, but also how I label it. I can't be using some of those itty bitty sticker labels on this. It would get lost in the wrapping paper, and then I have all the kids fighting Christmas morning who gets the really giant present. Well, to save us all from some headaches and fighting, I went ahead and took an extra bold Sharpie and wrote the kiddo's name right in the front. That way they can see exactly who it's for and no one needs to fight on it over Christmas morning. wrapped shipping tape, bold Sharpie, and a big giant bow. Done. Don't be scared to wrap a really big thing and get some cardio in while you're at it. Now, these are some specialty cards that I bought for my son. They came inside a box that was kind of ugly, honestly, and had a lot of them in one box. I knew he can quickly get overwhelmed, but I needed to somehow keep these cards separate but together. At my local craft store, in the jewelry section, I found some plastic bags that normally would be used to package some jewelry that someone's going to make and sell. They are the perfect size to be putting trading cards in. Whether I want to put in 1 or 10, these bags worked perfectly. I then made my own bag that would coordinate with his wrapping paper by taking 2 sides and taping it together into a long cylinder, folding one side and taping it, and standing it up on end. Bam! You have your own DIY gift bag free of charge using the wrapping paper you already have on hand. If you really want to get big and fancy, you can grab a hole punch to hole punch through it once you fold it over and put your ribbon through. Well, my room was really messy and I didn't want to, so I just folded over, taped, and then wrapped a ribbon around it. Massive amount of cards, individually, but all put together, that will take him a long time to look through. Problem solved. Last hack, and honestly, the one I'm the most proud of this year. I took this race car completely out of its box, and while I was wrapping everything else, I had it charging. I found that if I started putting batteries in while I was wrapping, I saved myself a lot of time and hassle and making sure I actually have the right batteries and the right tools to get into the toy to put it in, because it always requires some weird size of screwdriver you don't even know if you have. So while I had it charging, I wrapped all of my other gifts. I even wrapped the box it goes in, but I kept one side open. That way, when the battery was done charging, I could slide the battery into the car, put the car back in packaging, and slide it back into its box. I then sealed the box, finished wrapping that one side, bam, done. Putting batteries in as I go with wrapping saves us a lot of time, and I know my future Christmas morning self will be thanking me. Festively Frugal means using what you have and having it work smarter. Less stress, less spending, more joy. Merry Christmas from all of us here, and as always, don't forget to stay festively frugal.